Well, good morning, YouTube. It's the old soldier coming back at you from Robeson County, North Carolina, on a fairly cold morning. And off to work we go, because I owe. Ha 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 ha. I owe, so off to work I go. I owe. Well, anyway, folks, a lot to talk about. Where do we start? Where do we finish? Where's the middle? Where's the beef? Only you older folks will get that one. Is this live or Memorex? There's another good one. Anybody remember what that one was? But anyway, folks. First and foremost, thoughts and prayers to the people in Australia and the devastating wildfires that they are up against right now, folks. And I'm not even going to get into all climate change baloney and garbage, that kind of stuff. They've just got an incredibly hot summer. Yeah, if y'all don't know, it's summertime down there while it's winter here. It happens. But they've had just a series of bad tragedies in the sense of these forest fires. I think one news report yesterday suspecting a couple of them due to arson, which is even worse. It's just heinous that somebody would do that. And I think the report now is that 500 million animals and wildlife have been killed because of these forest fires, which in and of itself is extremely sad, because that number of animals and wildlife, it bears the question of have any species gone extinct? Pray and hope not, but keep your thoughts and prayers those folks in Australia. Secondly, reported in the news, especially in my area, where I live, 3,500 American paratroopers from Fort Bragg are being deployed to Iraq in light of recent and heightened tensions there, due to the fact that our commander-in-chief made the bold decision to take out an evil despot of a general from the Iranian army who led a group of militants on an attack against the U.S. Embassy. There's a tentative plan to start withdrawing all of our troops out of Iraq. What I've heard in the news this morning, nothing concrete though. Yes, the Iraqi parliament has passed a resolution to call for the expulsion of all U.S. military forces out of Iraq. But their whole political process, I think, has got to take another step before that resolution becomes, in fact, hey, y'all got to go. I've got mixed emotions about the whole thing. A good part of me believes we just need to get out of their lock, stock, and barrel and let them hash it out between Iran and Iraq. Iran's vied for Iraq for years. They've wanted control of Iraq for years. Not that I'm a Saddam Hussein fan. Saddam Hussein rose to power of his party, took control of the nation, and protected it from Iran. That was the reason in 91 the UN wouldn't let us take him out, because they feared that vacuum of power would allow Iran to usurp Iraq. Now, let's get some history here. Had that happened, Israel would be more directly threatened than it is now by Iran. Okay? Because now Iran would not have a border to stop it from moving across westward is staging for basically an all-out eradication of Israel. So, point there. If you don't know, Iran has called for the total and utter destruction of Israel for a long time now, folks. And they back terrorist organizations that constantly harass and threaten Israeli security. Not to mention they backed several terrorist groups in Iraq, Syria, things of that nature. So now, and the other thing too, part of it, so many of my comrades were killed during my time in the Army due to munitions that were supplied to the Iraqi insurgents by Iran. They had one particular type of IED that was basically industrially made in Iran. And it formed a shape-style charge when it went off, basically forming a red-hot molten, I don't know what you want to call it now. It cut through steel like a hot knife through butter. And many of my viewers, y'all have been there. You've seen the pictures. You know. I'm not even going to get into the graphic details of things that I had to see and view and undergo that these particular IEDs can do to armored vehicles. It's as if armor was nothing to it. You say to yourself, well, you know, what's that got to do with what's happening now? Because it's the same regime that did that's doing what they're doing now. See, I take issue with the liberals and the Democrats right now in the House and the Senate that say now they want to limit the president's war powers. Well, I'd have to go back and look, but there is the president has a 90 days war power. He didn't have to get congressional approval to do what he did. I don't care what Nancy Pelosi says or Chucky Butthole Schumer. Yeah, I called him a name. I apologize. Shouldn't do that. Man aggravates me. Because of his hypocrisy. The president doesn't need congressional authorization to conduct a military operation like that. After 90 days, he needs congressional authorization. I guess you could say that this was in conjunction with ongoing military operations in the region. So that's a whole different quagmire of things you got to go through. But now they want to limit his abilities to do stuff like that. Okay? They hate the president so darn much they can't see beyond their nose the fact that one of the world's top terroristic generals has been taken out of the game. Done, gone, over, finished. Permanent dirt nap. You even had people in Iraq and Iran celebrating the death of this man. What's that tell you? And you got Hollywood liberal elites spouting off and apologizing. I don't know where, you know, what's her name? Let me think. Rose McGowan gets off apologizing for the United States. She's not the president. And there's the other thing about Hollywood. Hollywood liberal elites want you to, you know, treat the LGBTQ community with dignity and respect and equality. Well, all human beings should get that. Not just because they're that. But this general supports a regime that if you're a homosexual, you get caught, they're going to kill you. You see the hypocrisy and the idiocy of the left here, folks. You know, they're morally outraged because we killed a despotic, terroristic general who works for a regime that if you're gay, lesbian, queer, transgender, whatever, they'll kill your butt. No questions asked, no trial, you're dead. But oh, woe is us, we killed him. All because we hate the commander-in-chief. Okay. Hollywood, let me tell you something. When you decide to come down from your dadgum high horse of reality, what you think it is, down to where actual reality is and the rubber meets the road, come talk to me. You perch yourself up there, and I don't know. You live in some world that I don't even want to fathom. I'd rather be dirt poor than live in the world and the circles y'all are traveling in right now. Because y'all's hypocrisy knows no bounds. And I'll be the first one to tell you, the current president of the United States is not a perfect man. There's things he does, there's times I wished he would shut up and listen to his advisors and not say nothing. That's just his nature. All this other ash and trash junk y'all keep spouting off. And then there's, you know, they call people on the right warmongers and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. But honestly, y'all spouting off that he, you know, the president has started World War III by taking out this Iranian general. Y'all are creating fear right there. And then you got a group of people running around, oh my God, they're going to draft me, so I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. Well, sorry. One, the Joint Chiefs of Staff have not even brought up a resolution to take before Congress to ask for a draft. That's the first thing that's going to wind up having to happen if they want to go to a draft. Two, but the only way this country is going to go to a draft is if foreign troops set foot on American soil. Is my belief. My belief. It would have to get that bad for them to institute a draft in this nation. And again, that is my belief. That is my opinion. Part of it being is the defense budget. A good chunk of their budget every year is for recruiting and retention. Okay? Recruiting and retention. And if they need an increase in manpower, and as much as I hate to say this, but it is true, witnessed it while I was a recruiter, at least for the Army, they will, and I'll just call it what it is, lower standards to allow for an increase in manpower. The real kicker, though, is when the emergency or the need is over, they bring those standards back up, and then people either get grandfathered and allowed to stay in, or they're, well, glad to use you, but now we don't need you. You don't meet the standard. You got to go bye-bye. And what I mean by that, when I was a recruiter, applicants couldn't have any tattoos on their hands, above their collar, things like that. Well, my recruiting partner put in a kid. He was getting ready to ship to basic training. Well, he went and got a tattoo on his ring finger. Of course, you know, you tell him, don't do anything to get yourself disqualified before you go to basic training. You know, he's a little, but for some reason, the guy got a wild hair and decided to get a tattoo on his ring finger of a spider. The Army disqualified him. My partner had to make up that applicant or that contract, if you will, by finding somebody else. 6 months later, the Army issued guidance that certain tattoos in certain areas could be waived. And our station commander basically instructed my partner to call this kid, tell him to get back to the office so he can get back in the Army. That kid basically said, you know what to you, and I don't want your darn Army. Can't blame him. But my point being is that on the voluntary recruiting side, they will lower certain standards to increase manpower before they ever go back to the draft. Because honestly, commanders would rather want. The mentality is commanders would rather have people that want to be in the military than those that have been compelled to be in the military. If you gather my meaning. And I'm not saying it won't happen, but right now, all this. They're going to start a draft. Yeah, people squash it. Okay, just squash it. All you're doing is creating unnecessary rumors and fears and a whole bunch of other crap. Okay. But like I said, and even with a draft, there's still certain moral and physical requirements people have got to meet. Now, I'm going to throw one out here that's going to make some of the ladies mad, I'm sure. But, there was a big push during the Obama administration to allow females into combat arms MOSs through all the branches, not just the Army and Marine Corps, but all the branches. But yet, why didn't the Congress during President Obama's tenure pass a measure requiring ladies to sign up for selective service? Let's talk about that one for a minute. If you want to talk about draft. So again, y'all need to look at everything before we start spouting off they're going to have a draft. But most importantly, though, folks, we need to pray for those men and women that are arriving there now and getting ready to deploy to support whatever operation is about to take place next. Especially right here, just after the holidays have ended. Pray for the families. Let's just pray for their safe return home. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on over there. Again, mixed emotions, because there are good people in Iraq. Okay. My exposure is limited mostly to northern Iraq. There are people there that just want to live, make a living, live in peace and harmony, but you got, again, factions that believe they need to dominate others in order to get their point known, I guess is what you could say. The other part, too, is until we're allowed to not change, but influence their culture, things won't change in that region. I'm just calling it the way it is. Middle East has a very unique cultural mindset, if you will. In the Arabic community, it's family, tribe, nation. And then you further divided by Shia and Sunni. Sorry for the strange looks. There was a county van coming through the parking lot at a rather high rate of speed, and I thought to myself, this guy's a public employee speeding through a public parking lot on a college campus. Granted, no passengers, but still. Maybe somebody of power and importance will catch him one day and, give him a write-up and make him understand that speed limits are there for a reason. But anyway, folks, I'm going to get off here today. I got to get ready to go for some more fun training today at work. It is what it is. I ain't complaining. It's the best part-time job I've ever had in my life. But yeah, big thing, just pray for those troops that are getting ready to deploy. Pray for the folks in Australia. Hopefully they get these forest fires contained soon, and they can start to rebuild. The wildlife that is suffering as well. Let's just hope all this ends soon. Go from there, folks. But until then, y'all stay safe out there. Don't do anything stupid. And be careful out there. So until tomorrow. But the other thing, like I said, yeah. Got a headache. Charities, I'd ask you to take support tunnelstotowers.org, Folds of Honor, Pin Up for Vets and Valor for Veterans. They can't do it by themselves. Anything you can do to help them would be greatly appreciated. Vendors, I'd ask you to support Robert's Custom Woodwork on Etsy, Unsung Patriot, Money Quick Pawn and Rayford Road, Fayetteville, North Carolina. That's where I go to for all my guns and firearms needed in this area. Ooh, excuse me. And if you haven't got my books yet, they're still available on Amazon. Go check them out. And I'll let y'all know when the third one gets published. Still got to gather some more information and more material on that. But hopefully by the spring, I'll start getting ready to get into the publishing process with the third one. So I need your suggestions on what I ought to title the third one. So if you can and you think about it, put down in the comments section below some suggestions of what the title of my next book should be. But until tomorrow, God bless, take care, and we'll see you then. Old Soldier out.